and dinner galley, coming at you from my sweet, lovely benefactor's safety and sanctuary in her estate. So, at the time of this recording, it's January 6th, 2024. Auschwitz 2.0. Y'all are playing a gruesome game. And if you think you have a right to running sideways game at somebody, you all need the hell, doll. Because, all you guys do is eat your little crackers and fucking parrot whatever your goddamn handlers tell you to. Is it worth it? Do you get upset whenever your targets stand up for themselves? Do you think you have a right to run them into the ground? You can just blurt out the noise because that's what they did at the shelter. During the height of winter conditions, they pulled out the fans so the other tenants wouldn't hear the common sense. But what I would really like to know is what makes a Christian think playing psychotic, deceitful games is an upright, ethical way of earning coin. How does that work? How does a conversation like that begin? Oh, let me guess. You go to church to have your handler training sessions for the monkeys, right? Seriously, how does that work? And then you guys act like you are helping somebody when really you're exploiting them at the same time. But if you're helping somebody, does that mean you have the right to squeeze them by their fucking blood to get the last turnip they have? And then suggest they go to they go to the doctors while you've been throwing the fucking rocks and hiding your hands. How does that work? Do you guys go meet up at the library and talk about your targeted individuals? Or do you have Zoom meetings? Or do you guys have online communities where you use, Instagram or Facebook, where there's all of these digital trails and digital signatures? How does that work? And then you train your children and indoctrinate them and having them, learn how to, grub and snivel and grovel for the fucking carrot. In church. Do you guys do that in church groups too? How does that work? Or how do you guys sleep at night? Do you just count the coins whenever you actually break a targeted individual and they end up either murdered or, seppuku'd? And then you just move on to the next one. How many kills do you all have underneath your belts? How many people have you all been targeting? Do you feel dignified? Do you feel justified? Do you feel you have the right to play with other people's lives like that? Because I ask, because it's relevant. Because what happens whenever it happens to you in the 5D and there's nowhere to run? Because my ancestors don't take kindly to people jacking with me like that. And had I jacked with somebody like that, they wouldn't take too kindly to me either. At the end of the day, aren't you supposed to be uplifting others? Aren't you supposed to be a straight shooter? Aren't you supposed to be setting the example for the younger generations? Aren't you supposed to be teaching them never to sell out their integrity? It's kind of like this. If you're going to teach a teenager how to be chaste with their body, shouldn't you be teaching them how to be chaste with their ethical morality? Just because you didn't teach your kid to spread its legs at the drop of every dollar, you taught them how to spread their legs of their morality and their ethics just to grub for the fucking sniveling and groveling of the government handout recipient program. while your targeted individual has to sustain all of that gruesome acts and crimes against humanity. You are ensuing hate crimes. These are psychological hate crimes, whereas your godfather is Dr. Mengele. Do you care about being the executioner in your goddamn Auschwitz 2.0? I mean, does the lynch mob know it's a lynch mob? Does the lynch mob care? It's lynching and mobbing. And then they go to fucking church and then teach their kids not to open their legs at every goddamn dick that's waved at them, but then have no fear about letting them be wanton with their ethics and then let them hoe out the liberties at the detriment of somebody else. How does that work? Do you think you have a right to do that? Do you think you're turning up moral citizens? Because what you're doing is teaching your children how to be parasites. Don't you think there's enough bullshit out in the world that you have an accountability to teach your child how to uphold moral ethics at every turn and never to compromise your integrity? Because that makes you nothing more than a goddamn prostitute at the detriment of somebody else. And then I've seen you all lynch mob together out in the world. Yes, I have. At your goddamn libraries, at your fucking malls, everywhere there's a business. There's a goddamn sellout on post. I said it was a militia, right? When I say it's a militia, it's a fucking militia. And God forbid everything goes to martial law. I mean, it's like this. Who can say it won't go to martial law when there are already 900 FEMA camps erected right now? Where the martial law, when that goes into effect, those fucktards get to be king. Oh my God, let me guess. It's the fucktards acting the goddamn Auschwitz 2.0 executioner that's saying, no, it won't happen because they're just waiting for it to happen. America, you better go check out your targetedjustice.com and go figure it out for yourself. I mean, unless, of course, you plan on being king when it goes to martial law because you've already sold out your soul for a little something, never mind eternal damnation. How does that work? You're busy running your sideways game on a target and you think you're not in trouble with the Most High? God forbid you get railroaded by your goddamn cohort. You end up in the lowest vibratory frequency of all dimensions. You end up in hell. You are standing neck to neck, nose to nose with fucking Hitler, honeys. Stop it. Please, for yourself. I mean, I don't care what the fuck you do. I'm a 28-year forward trained observer that has survived each one of you fool-ass bitches. And that didn't come without a coinciding incident, honey. I came through wisdom and the very hand of the Most High upon my life. I'm just trying to wake you guys up. I mean, like, maybe you stepped in the dog shit once or twice. Why would you body slam into it? I mean, you guys are really going to just run your dick into the ground and just keep your fool ass game? I mean, come on now. Shouldn't you be turning up ethics installed in the future citizens of America? Shouldn't you be teaching your children never to come sideways at somebody? Especially for some fucking coin. That makes it premeditated. That makes you guys premeditated murderers. That makes you guys accomplices to murder. All of you. Did you not realize that? How far removed from your soul are you really? if you are not accountable to your own actions coming sideways in your fucking little cryptic games there that are only cryptic to you? The only person deluded is yourself. I mean, how disrespectful do you have to be to expect your targeted individual to roll over and take it and then get mad when they don't take it like that? Isn't that selfish? Because you who are participating, you are turning out parasites for citizens. Isn't our country already deluded enough with enough narcissism? Why would you want to turn out more narcissists that have learned how to shake down for some fucking coin? That made your fucking goddamn Willy Wonka your sugar daddy. And you guys are just fucking prostitutes. Hold out your soul for the Gestapo coin. I love you guys. I like you guys. I don't like what you're doing. But don't think I'm going to roll over and take it. Because if I didn't try and teach you, who else would? Your other government grubber? Because you're not even seeing your role of accomplices to murder. Because at the end of the day, I'm calling judgment on all of you as accomplices to murder. Because what's the next step? That you would actually put poison into somebody's food and think nothing of it, and be dignified about poisoning somebody's food. And then if you do that, what's the next step from there? That you would actually take a knife and wield it into their back, all coward and shit. What's the next step from there? To participate in ritual sacrifices of the covens. Because your handlers are fucking coven ass bitches, honey. Your handlers are your magic practitioners. Your handlers are fucking murderers, darlings. They're just not accomplices to murders. They are the fucking murderers teaching you how to be murderers. How could you not see that? And if you really, truly didn't, God bless you, I love you. Get the fuck out of it already. Make right with yourselves. Make right with the truth. Make right with ethics. Because if you don't, the very hand of the Most High will bulldoze you over. And if you think everything you've earned in the grace of God will not be usurped from you, while you're trying to usurp the anxiety of somebody, while you're trying to usurp their disposition, while you're trying to usurp their general demeanor, to throw your rocks and hide your hands and throw your fucking knives in the backs of your targeted individuals and call crazy on them. Oh, the only thing you did was manage to play yourselves right into the fucking ground to be either judged by 12 or carried by 6. You guys are playing a dangerous game. Y'all are playing with people's lives here. So in your criminal crime ring, your handlers are the fucking murderers, training you how to be murderers. I would stop. Or not, it's up to you, but whatever. There's a lot of two-faced bitches out there running your fucking homeless shelters. I'm just very graced that I got into the compassion of somebody who is upright and ethical. So there's many out there that are not as fortunate as I am. Nonetheless, Lucy, you have some explaining to do. Hopefully everybody who has participated in being accomplices to murders in your Auschwitz 2.0 really get a grip. Really hit reset. Think it over. Because your sideways games, that's all murdering, honey. People who train you, your little handlers that taught you how to grub just right for them and for the cameras. Those cameras just aren't in your fucking little living rooms. They're everywhere in your house. And the ones that are being tooled are the government grubbers. You guys are the lab rat that don't know it's a lab rat. Because that big payout you're looking for is just never going to come. And everything you did was just all for nothing. Then my next question becomes, how many times have you already done it to others on that list that are in the 6 feet under? No moral compunction. You all feel dignified doing that to people. As if the Most High could not usurp your dignity from where you stand. Y'all are playing a dangerous game. Stop it. Nonetheless, this is my follow-up to Control-Alt-Delete in Auschwitz 2.0, because everybody that has inside knowledge, you guys are getting deleted by the wealthy 1%, because you guys are the buffer. Your street flying monkeys, you're nothing but a buffer, honey. They Control-Alt-Delete you, bye-bye. And then your handler gets to stay hidden. I'm going to say that again. The murderer, the serial killers that are training you to grub just right while you snivel and grovel at coming sideways at your goddamn targeted individual, they will Control-Alt-Delete you so they can stay safe and stay behind the scenes in anonymity. Because in the Truman Show, you guys have already busted yourselves with your fool-ass moves. So, just because you think it's not against the law to run sideways, who cares about the 3D? You hemmed yourself up in the most high spiritual court of law, because I'm calling judgment on everybody. Feel free to call it on me. I would double dog dare you. At any rate, good day. I'll be back for another talk. Patricia Ann Landon Regali, Chief Little Flower, coming in. And don't be so jealous. I'm in a place where I'm safe. I know you guys would much rather have me in a shelter out there. And had I been in a shelter out there, again, I would survive. Because I just don't roll over and take it and complain. I always make lemonade out of my lemons. And when you all get homeless, because you guys are running your fool-ass games, I hope you have what it takes to be homeless in the Truman Show, because the earth is going to be watching you all. Good day.